Hello, my name is Tristan Hayes, and this will be my presentation on the philosophical axioms around which the Constitutional Convention and the framers of our system of government worked from. To begin with, I will give you some background knowledge on the framers themselves, the 55 delegates who gathered in Philadelphia on May 25th, 1787. These men were not the average Americans, they were economic and political elites. Most of them came from East Coast urban centers at a time in which the majority of the United States was still living in rural areas. The majority of them were successful planters and had a great deal of independent wealth. The delegates had a variety of political and philosophical disagreements, such as Benjamin Franklin, who was supportive of democracy, whereas other founding fathers, such as Thomas Jefferson, were more wary of democracy. The founding fathers, however, did share common core ideas of the Enlightenment, such as the agreement on human nature, the causes of political conflict, the objects of government, and the nature of a republican government. To go more in depth on these four Enlightenment axioms, we first have human nature. They agreed primarily with John Locke, who in turn had developed on the assessments of Hobbes while coming to alternate conclusions. Whereas Hobbes believed that the human uh, natural state is that of a savage beast, and that a governing body must constrain man from carrying out his debased desires. Locke said that at the same time that that might be true, the state of nature is preferred to the state of tyranny. Next, we have the causes of political conflicts, which the founding fathers agreed was primarily caused by the distribution of wealth, or one might say property, from which they drew that the primary purpose of government was the preservation of property. And lastly, we have the nature of government. Influenced by Baron Montesquieu, our founding fathers believed that the best method to avoid tyranny and at the same time preserve their property was to create a balance of power between the separate branches of government and allow them to check one another, and this in turn created our system of checks and balances.